Hello, fellow fashion lovers. Today's video is going to be all about out of style shoes for fall 2025, which is one of my favorite subjects. But we're also going to look at what you should wear instead that is more in style. But if you love the out of style version, then that is a-okay. You style you. But there are some great new options that can make your outfits a little bit more stylish this season. So I hope you enjoy these. Let me know which one is your favorite. And as always, remember to love your neighbor and be kind. The first trend that I want to talk about that's out of style are your plain ballet flats. And the best one I could find is this black one with the round toe and the little bow on top. And this is a style that we have worn for a while now. And it's just not the best style to wear with a lot of the different leg styles that we have going on that are a little bit looser. So what is a better option are your elevated flats. And the one I chose to show you first is this Schutz ballet flat that actually has an extended kind of rounded square toe, and then it has the V shape on top. So it's going to elongate the foot a little bit and just look a little bit better with some of those wider leg pants and jeans that you have. And I just thought the cow print was a lot of fun, but these are also available in other colors if you want just a plain leather. But also a lot of Mary Jane styles are very big still, and they come in just different options like this mauve option that has the bow on top, which it just makes it a little bit more girly. And then some have a really thick strap and pointed toe like this one by Seychelles, which I love, and it also has studs on it. So we're going to see that on a lot of different shoe options this season. It's a big trend, and this one I thought was fun and comes in a couple of other colors. And also a Dolce Vita one that's perforated and it has the double strap. So Mary Jane's can have one, two, three, four straps. It can have an ankle strap. So there's lots of options, but I thought this was a nice one because it looks really comfortable and it has some nice details to it. And then I found this pointed toe Vince Camuto flat that has some cutouts and some interesting things to it, and it's a T-strap. So we're seeing some T-straps come along. I think they're becoming a bigger trend, and this also has the studs on it and some really fun details there. And then I had to include this UGG ballet flat. That's what they call it, and it has the look of a ballet flat, but looks kind of like a slipper. But that's what their shoes do, and I thought people would love this. They just dropped it. It comes in two colors, and it has the shearling around the edge. And this would be a great shoe if you live in really cold climates. So it would be a fun one to wear. But I think there's lots of better options than that just rounded toe ballet flat. Maybe if you have it, stick it in the back of your closet and pull out some really fun elevated flats with some of your fall outfits. So now for a boot trend that is out of style, and that is your over the knee boots. And I loved this gray one. I thought it was really pretty, but this is a style that is kind of just not around anymore. I don't see anyone wearing them, but I still see them a little bit in stores. And what is in style are your sleek and suede knee-high boots, which I think are a little bit easier to wear. And when I say sleek, I thought this open edit represented that perfectly because this one is a good price, which is why I chose it. But you can see the sleek and kind of shiny leather, and it's very smooth. And then it has that pointed toe and kitten heel. So it's just very minimal, very pretty and elegant. And this is a boot that you can dress up. And this one does come in three colors if you're interested, because it was under $100. And then I found one at Walmart. I actually have this one, and you can see that it's a little bit shiny and sleek, but this one is croc embossed, which we're going to see a lot of. And this one also has a little bit more of a squared off toe and a shorter heel. And it does come in 5 colors if you're interested. And it is a really great boot for Walmart. It's by Scoop. And I fell in love with the Sam Edelman. They just released the Sam Edelman in this croc embossed olive green color. It is so gorgeous, and it's very, very sleek and shiny. So I had to put it in this video. And now I want to talk about suede because the suede boots are kind of everywhere. And some of my favorites are this one from Scoop, which is at Walmart. It's a knee-high kind of stretch boot in this beautiful faux suede, and it does come in 3 colors, and I have it in 2 colors, and it's amazing. So if you want an affordable, really nice suede boot, then grab that one. And there's also one by Sam Edelman that I love because it's a little bit dressier. It does have that pointed toe and kitten heel, but it's in this beautiful rich suede that is just so refined and so nice looking. But if you want a more casual suede option, there's going to be a lot of Western styles, which we're probably going to talk about in a minute. But this one was a new drop by them that is a waterproof option. So if you want that, and it comes in two colors, but I thought this was a really pretty tan color. You can see the kind of Western influence in this, but it just looks so nice and the textures are great. So there's a lot of that going on in your knee-high boot. So definitely choose something like this over an over-the-knee boot, and I think you'll get a lot more wear out of it. Another boot trend that is out of style, and I'm kind of glad it is, are your combat boots. And this Doc Martin just brings me back to the 1990s when I used to wear these. And so I'm kind of glad they're making their way out. And what is very in right now that can replace this are your Western styles. And one of my favorites was this Easy Peasy Booty by Seychelles. And I just thought the name was so cute. And this is a great example of a Western style that has the harness strap. So it's not a cowboy boot, but it's something that is easy to wear. You can put a boot cut over it, or you could maybe wear a cropped straight leg or something and show off the boot. So you can put it with dresses, lots of great options with a boot like this, and it still has that edgy feel like a combat boot would. You're also going to see some fold over options, which we've seen the past few years, but I've seen a little bit more this season than normal. And I thought this one was fun. It's by Matisse from Anthropologie, and it's in a gorgeous cognac suede. And then you're going to see knee-high options in Western styles. And some of my favorites have had some like whip stitching on them, and they're just suede, and they might have an ankle strap like this one does that wraps around the ankle. So they have some Western flair to them, but they're not a complete cowboy boot. But you're going to find some cowboy boot looks like this one, which is a Sam Edelman that I thought was really cool because it's in a burgundy color. So we're going to see a lot of burgundy as well. But this is your typical kind of cowboy boot, and you'll see them in all different heights, all the way up to knee high. And if you love that style, grab it. Wear it. It looks great with dresses and over your slim straight jeans and things like that. So just a fun style. But you're also going to see some Western styles that have, like I said, studs on them. And so studs are just kind of everywhere. And I always thought of studs as more of an edgy thing, not really a Western thing, but it's kind of Western edgy now. And it looks really good on a lot of these Western style boots. And then we're going to see a lot of fringe, and I had to include a Walmart option. Y'all love for me to include lower priced options in these videos. So Walmart has done great with their shoes. I have this one. It's going to be in one of my hauls coming up, but it's by Time and True. There's two colors, so it's under $35 and just so cute if you want to get into that fringe trend, because it's huge on lots of different items. And so the Western trend, you're going to see just it's exploded this year, and I don't really think it's going anywhere. So it's here to stay for a little while. Now for a surprising shoe trend that is out of style, and that's your metallic shoes, because metallics have been just everywhere. And I found this silver loafer, but that's about it. I saw a couple of sneakers, but they're sneakers that I've seen before that have been around since spring. So not a whole lot of new, not a whole lot of fall stuff. So, and not even in any other metallics other than silver. So what is on trend right now that can replace your metallic shoes are animal prints, and there's three that are really hot this season. And the first one I want to talk about is leopard print. So I want to show you this Lorraine loafer, which is a very classic loafer by Sam Edelman. There's 33 colors in it, and I thought this leopard option was so nice and classic and something that could live in your closet for a very long time. And then I found this Dolce Vita knee-high boot that is made out of suede as opposed to calf hair, because we're seeing a lot of calf hair out there. And if you don't like that, this would be an amazing option. I thought it was very pretty. Also, an affordable option from Walmart by Scoop is this knee-high boot that's it's the same one as the embossed boot in the sleek section that I talked about. And it's in this beautiful leopard print. So if you need affordable, that's great. also cow print, which I am loving. And I wanted to show you the Lorraine loafer again in the cow print if you'd rather have that. And this is also a calf hair option. And if you want a sneaker that is fun this season, try this Dolce Vita cow print sneaker. And I think this is the cutest cow print thing I've seen. And I would wear this all day long. And I do have the leopard print option that they had last year, which is still available as well. And then you're going to see a lot of snake print. And this boot from Dolce Vita I thought was so cool because it's minimal. If you don't want a lot of snake print but want to add a little, I thought this was cool because they just put it on the toe of the boot and it looks very interesting. And if you want to go all out, then grab a knee-high boot like this one, which is by Sam Edelman. That's all snake print from toe to knee. And I think it's pretty because it's in a black and white combination. So maybe something that goes with your wardrobe that's a little bit more neutral. But I think these are great ways to kind of add some spunk, add some fun to your outfits without costing a ton of money and redoing your wardrobe. Just add it in and it'll be easy peasy to wear. Now for a sneaker trend that is out of style, and that is your chunky sneakers, like your dad sneakers. So these are chunky on the bottom and on the top, like you're seeing on this one, and those are a no-no right now. So what is on trend is the retro sneakers, and there's all different kinds. And so I want to show you this Gola sneaker, which is in a navy blue with a light blue stripe. So the color combinations that you will see on retro sneakers are just a lot of fun, and there's lots of combinations, and they're also going to have this gummy brown sole on them, and you're going to see lots of different versions of these, and they just keep coming out with new ones. And I thought this one was really pretty, but it does come in 3 other colors, but also chocolate brown versions. And this one does have a very thin sole. So this is the new retro sneaker that has kind of snuck in this season that has that thinner bottom. And there's a lot of chocolate brown options. And I thought this one was great. And it's by J Slides from Anthropologie. And it also has those really cute satin ribbon laces on them. And I also like this Rag & Bone sneaker. I own this in a brown color, but they just put it out in a leopard print. So this is another one of those really thin bottom sneakers, and if you like higher end items and can afford them, this is a good option. I love mine. I got them on sale at the anniversary sale, so I didn't pay full price, but I thought that one was fun. You're also going to find some snake print options, and this Adidas I thought was great. Again, it has that thinner sole, and the snake print was subtle but fun and brand new. And there's also a Walmart option by No Boundaries that I own. It's $25 in this chocolate brown, and it also comes in 4 other colors. I have 2 of the colors, and for 25 bucks, this is a great sneaker if you want to get into that retro sneaker trend. But if you want a little bit more substance to your sneakers, this 327, which is a very, very popular New Balance sneaker, just came out in this pink lace with pink suede, and I think I might want this one. If you like that trainer style that's a little more retro, those are still a big trend. We're also seeing, which is really cool and retro to me, are ballet sneakers, and I just think these are just so cool, and there's so many different options coming out. Puma is doing them. This is intentionally blank by Anthropologie, and I just saw these because they really kind of look like a pink ballet slipper, but I just thought they were fun, and you're going to see a lot of those. And check out the Puma ones. I'll link one if you want to look at it, but lots of cool options in retro sneakers, so it's definitely the trend. It's definitely here to stay. So if you have not gotten on board with it, I would definitely think about it this fall. The next out of style shoe trend that I want to talk about is platform shoes. And I was surprised when I saw this one because this is such a chunky retro platform, which I think a few years ago was really on trend. And they make boots and all kinds of other options in this, but there's not a lot of them. So I think this is a very particular style, which this style is not trending right now. But what is trending, and it might surprise you, it kind of surprised me, were clogs. Clogs are kind of everywhere, and they're a little bit more modernized clogs, but I'll start with this studded clog from Anthropologie. which is in a beautiful suede and it looks comfortable. I think this one might have, it has a wood bottom, but it looks like there's some cushion there. So that's really nice. If they make the clogs with a little bit of cushion, I'm cool there, but usually clogs are a little hard for me to wear. And then I found this leopard print clog, which is also a very modern version. And this one is by Sanctuary from Nordstrom. And it's made out of the calf hair. And I just thought the leopard print was a really beautiful leopard print on this one. But then I found some that are more flat. So this is considered a clog, but a clog flat because, I mean, it's very, very much like a clog. They've just lopped off the bottom. And this one is by Dolce Vita and it does come in several colors. But then they have the heels that this is kind of a mule heel that looks like a clog. So they look like clogs, but they're not really traditional clogs that we're seeing here, and they're fun. And they also call a lot of Birkenstock slip-ins, little mules, clogs, and I thought this Gold Star clog at Anthropologie was so cute in this pink and just a comfortable shoe to wear. And I just wanted to show you lots of different options. And this one has the ankle strap, but it also, you can push that strap up on top of the foot. So it really is a clog. You don't have the back strap. So clogs are kind of everywhere, whatever you want, low, high, traditional, non-traditional, and it's just about a look this season. So definitely if you love that look, you will have lots of options available for you. This trend was a Y2K trend, or is a Y2K trend that I think is going out, and that's your lug sole loafers. So ones like this that just have a really luggy, heavy sole on them that make it very chunky. And you've kind of seen the pattern of the chunkier shoes going out of style. So what is in style are your modern classics. And these are classic loafers with a little bit of a twist. And so I wanted to show you this penny loafer. It's in suede and it has studs on it that are gold, and it's just classic but very beautiful and very much on trend. And this is by Vince Camuto. It also comes in a couple of other colors, but this one I could get behind. I could totally wear that with lots of different outfits. Also, some of your animal print versions, which we've already seen, and I found another leopard print one that was not in a calf hair. And this one also has a little bit of a thicker sole. So I think if it has a thicker sole that's, you know, not the thinner classic sole of a loafer, I think you're still okay. And this just makes it a little bit more comfortable. And I've seen a lot of this, which is the Bionic Chloe loafer, which I think would be very comfortable for a lot of people. And then you're going to see the bit loafers and lots of different versions of them. They just have the bit on top, which is a little bit of a Western feel to me. But I loved this Franco Sardo one because the bit on top of here just kind of went straight across. It actually has a very sleek look to it, and it's in burgundy, and it's very classic looking. So I thought that one was fun. And this is very interesting. So if you want an elevated version of a loafer, then check out this Mary Jane loafer by Kelsey Dagger Brooklyn. And I've seen this in several different stores, and there's loads of colors in this, and they are selling out. So if you want an elevated loafer, check this one out, and it looks really comfortable. Also, you're going to see some that have the T-strap because that T-strap style has come back, and I've seen several different versions of this one. This is the Sam Edelman one, and it does come in a couple of colors, but I think there was one at Target, maybe one at Walmart as well. So I will link an inexpensive version if you love this option, but I think definitely stick with your modern classics. If you haven't worn your classic loafers in a while, bring them out and definitely look at the ones that are out this season because they are different versions and they're a lot of fun. So that is all for today, and I would love to know which trend is your favorite that you will be wearing and maybe what you won't be wearing. And if you want to check out my other out of style video that I have posted, I will link that here for you. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.